Welcome back, True Seeker. Sadly, I'm 2 for 2 in predictions this year regarding The Rock. And those predictions were that August 6th, we would see an earthquake in California 96 days after The Rock's birthday. And that's because he's in the film San Andreas, where there's a 9.6 magnitude quake. And the other thing I said is there will be a major hurricane synced with The Rock this year, synced with his 52nd birthday on 5/2, just like how the Maui fire that was spread by Hurricane Dora was perfectly synced with The Rock and his release of Moana, the live-action film where he's Maui the Fire God. Again, if you've missed my work on Hurricane Helene, The Rock, and the band Scorpions with the song Rock You Like a Hurricane, if you've missed that, we'll recap it in this. And also, if you missed earlier this year, the prediction, the day the earthquake happened on August 6th, the anniversary of Hiroshima, I put up the video showing what I said earlier this year about the earthquake coming on that day, 96 days after The Rock's birthday, so it's all there to go back and look at. I've been a broken record about the hurricane that was coming since Maui happened with what was coming this year. And not to mention, before the college football season began, I explained why the Miami Hurricanes, The Rock's old school where he played football, should be 5-0 as they travel to California, the Bay Area, the 50 city. And I said right around that time is when I expect the crazy hurricane, exactly the way it played out. I mean, the hurricane was literally going through Florida as the Hurricanes became 5-0. But the new prediction is one that I've already given you, but I'm going to show you just how much more there is to it. I did a very lazy decode for why I said I think another earthquake is coming to California October 23rd, and I think this one's going to be more significant. But I'm going to show you about 5 more reasons why that looks to be the case, sadly. So if you're in California, West Coast, anywhere, period, again, in the San Andreas film, the whole country shakes. Just have your things in order. Have an emergency supply of food, water. Make sure your valuables are secured, just in case. I'd love to be wrong about this. I'd love to be batting 2 for 3 instead of 3 for 3. But I'll warn you, if it's not October 23rd, watch out for the whole period of Scorpio, which begins on October 23rd and goes through November 21st, because The Rock was the Scorpion King. And again, this Hurricane Helene, as we just covered, was perfectly coordinated with The Rock and the lead singer of the Scorpions, the band that did Rock You Like a Hurricane. Now look at this. What I pointed out earlier, about a month ago, was that California would be 174 years old, and October 23rd would be 174 days after The Rock's birthday. Now, when I said that, I had forgotten that he did the movie The Scorpion King. I had totally forgotten about this. Not a big Hollywood guy. I don't really like The Rock's movies. But anyhow, what blew me away is noticing that movie came out on 17/4, like 174. And remember, California just turned 174 years old on September 9th. So, again, the first day of Scorpio, the Scorpion in astrology, is 174 days after his birthday. In Gematria, San Andreas equates to 96 when you run the alphabetic order forwards, which is why we predicted the August 6th earthquake, which happened. It was a 5.2 in Bakersfield, going with The Rock being born on 5/2 and being 52 years old, and the first act of weather warfare being admitted to in 1952. But when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, San Andreas is 174. Again, how old California is, how many days after The Rock's birthday October 23rd is, as Scorpio begins. If you're new here, this practice of coding numbers into words is based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards, and also forwards and backwards with numerology applied. In that latter cipher, Dwayne Douglas Johnson, The Rock's full name, is 96, just like San Andreas' fault. So again, we talked about all this for why there was going to be an earthquake 96 days after his birthday, and there was. And now we'll see what happens 174 days after, again, while Callie's 174 years old. That movie turned 9 years old on JFK's birthday anniversary this year. That was something that rocked the nation, what happened to old JFK. For the record, that's the 149th day of the year, the 35th prime. Of course, JFK was number 35, killed on I-35. In Gematria, The Rock equals 35. And what's wild is from California's birthday, September 9th, remember that the August 6th earthquake, they said happened at 9:09 p.m. 9:09 p.m. California's birthday is 9/9, the same day in history the United States of America was named. But from California's 174th birthday to October 23rd is 44 days later. Earthquake and military equal 44. And you can see there the 4 base ciphers. Just look at the way earthquake and military overlap. With the alphabetic order, they're both 107. If you haven't read my 2017 book, Letters and Numbers, it talks about the 1989 World Series earthquake, which was perfectly synced with Jose Canseco. He was the last thing shown on the TV, the replay of him crossing home plate from the night before they started the game. That earthquake began 107 days after Jose Canseco's birthday. And again, his full name in Gematria equals 107. And don't forget, they said that earthquake started at 5:04 p.m., like baseball equals 54, like there's 54 outs in a game, like Jesuit order equals 54. And again, it's the Jesuits who are behind all this. The military order, the first act of weather warfare, admitted to on their birthday, August 15th, 52, like how old The Rock is. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, earthquake and military are also 55. You notice the one cipher where they don't overlap, military is 109, so is The Rock. He's a mighty man, like the U.S. military. Again, just with regards to the 5.2, 96 days after The Rock's birthday, again on the anniversary of Hiroshima. California equals 52, like the Jesuit governor Gavin Newsom, like government. Earth is also 52, like Pope. We get the 52-week calendar to tell time on the earth given to us by the Jesuit priest Christopher Clavius, named after the Pope was that calendar. Many people do contend the Pope is the devil. I'm not one of those, but it is interesting. And if you don't know who Enlil is, he's the Babylonian god of floods and storms. For the record, flood and hurricane equal 52 as well. So does Scorpions, like the band. Rock, you like a hurricane. But yeah, try out the gematria of Earth, Enlil, Flood. It'll blow you away. The 4 ciphers, it'll blow you away. For the record, from the August 6th quake at 9:09 p.m. to October 23rd is 78 days later. Remember, order out of chaos is 78. And that's why they do these things, because, they can wipe out property that they don't want there. Central bankers run the nation. When there's destruction, governments have to get loans from the central banks, and they make profit off that. Weather warfare, earthquake warfare, they're all forms of warfare that make money for the people who really run this nation. Same people who finance the films and keep Americans nonstop distracted with entertainment so they know nothing about nothing, which is the case for almost every person breathing in this nation. Knowing nothing about nothing, but know everything about entertainment, consumerism. To recap, the Hurricane Helene. Again, the Scorpion song Rock You Like a Hurricane came on their album Love at First Sting, January 30th, 1984. For the record, Dwayne Douglas Johnson, his full name does equal 84 forwards, 96 in reverse, just like United States of America's 84, just like Jesuits 84. But from that album to Hurricane Helene forming on September 25th, the anniversary of JFK's weather control speech given to the United Nations, September 25th, 1961, it was 239 days later, the 52nd prime, against Scorpions and Hurricane 52. The Rock turned 52 on 5-2. I've been calling this out ever since Hawaii. Just wait until The Rock turns 52. They're going to do something crazy. And now we got Hurricane Helene, the second worst hurricane, they said, in the last century in terms of devastation. But again, September 25th leaves 97 days left in the year. It was 146 days after The Rock's 52nd birthday. Look at how Hurricane is 97, 52, 146. The cipher I left off, Hurricane also equals 56. The hurricane was 56 days before the president's birthday. The face of the nation right now. Incompetent, crippled, weak, destroyed. Like what Hurricane Helene did to a lot of places. But notice how Hurricane Helene's also 146 and 259. Again, double 146, 146 days after The Rock's birthday. Just wait till we get to how The Rock or the Scorpion singer's birthday is the 146th day of the year. But the storm was also formed on 25/9. And the quarterback for Miami was the quarterback for Washington State in eastern Washington on the same day that Hurricane Helene formed. Again, the anniversary of JFK's weather control speech. Crazy windstorm that did a lot of destruction in Washington State. In the same part where Washington State University is. Cam Ward, born on the 146th day of the year, the same day as the singer of the Scorpions. And keep in mind, that's in a leap year. May 25th in a leap year is the 146th day of the year. So Cam Ward celebrated his birthday on the 146th day of the year. His name, Cameron Ward's also 52. Again, he plays for the Miami Hurricanes where The Rock played. Keep in mind, Hurricane Helene is also 83, like Germany, where the Scorpions are from. They say the Nazis were trying to master weather warfare. It was first admitted to not long after World War II, August 15, 1952. A lot of the Nazi scientists went to Western nations with Project Paperclip. Anyway, Germany in football, 83. Remember, the Category 4 formed as Week 4 of the NFL season was kicking off. We all know how they've synced up storms and championships, from the Saints to the one that got an article written about me, the Astros winning their first World Series in their 56th season after Matt Harvey became the first pitcher to pitch in Houston 52 days before the World Series after the flooding of Houston by Harvey. Again, we put it out right then why the Dodgers were going to lose to the Astros in the World Series. Vice News wrote their hit piece on me for it. We were dead on the money. Yeah, there's the base ciphers right there. Flood, Earth, Enlil, Devil, Pope. I mean, just read it and weep. Genesis 8:3, where the biblical flood ends. The storm formed 83 days before the Pope's birthday. Just reminding you who's running the whole show. But yeah, think about it. The Rock, the Scorpions, Scorpio, the Scorpion King, acts of destruction blamed on Mother Nature, bankers getting away with high ritual. And again, you guys, this is the problem of ignorance and giving so much money to a government unchecked, allowing them to have a military black budget. These are the consequences. Many of these things were warned about when this country was being founded. You know, you had a president leave office, Eisenhower, telling you about the military-industrial complex and how it can grow to be a nightmare beyond your worst imagination. So yeah, let's hope I'm wrong. I'd like to only be batting 2 for 3 this year. I'd like to see this not happen since I'm on the West Coast as well. And I mean, I sympathize for anybody who might get wiped out by the next act of weather warfare. And whether I'm wrong about this or not, until humanity wakes up, it's going to keep happening, whether it's that date or not. But do keep an eye on that whole period of Scorpio, just in case it's coming sometime in that period, but maybe not as soon as October 23rd. It's just, there's a lot of hallmark signs there that October 23rd looks ripe, including it being 44 days after the state's 174th birthday. So yeah, thank you again to everyone who hits the like and the share. If people funded and supported this work like they should have years ago, you never know. We might have stopped everything. Might have stopped everything that's been coming. Might have had it all shut down by now. The revolution would have happened because people would have woke up to what was really up, stopped all this in its tracks. The thing that still needs to happen. That's why we keep pushing. Till next time, True Seeker.